Hello guys, I am Dr. Rishikesh Alatkar, an intern doctor at Sassoon General Hospitals. So this video is for NEET UG 2023 aspirants. So I don't want to waste a lot of time since there's just 1 week to go. I wanted to give a few tips for the aspirants. So पहली बात तो while giving this exam, this is a mental game altogether. So what you require in the last week is a calm mind, a relaxed state of mind. So for that, what I used to do during my time is that I used to meditate. If, throughout the year during NEET UG, I used to meditate. But if you have not practiced meditation for a year or everything, then what you can do is practice deep breathing by closing your eyes for around 5 minutes every day for this last week, because being in a calm state of mind is of utmost importance while giving this exam. Along with that, what I feel is तुम्हें अपने support system, like whatever your support system is, your family, your friends, whoever you talk to every day, you must keep in touch with for every day throughout this week. You must tell them whenever you're feeling low. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा लो फील हो रहा है किसी के साथ बात करने के लिए नहीं है तो यू कैन मेल मी. My email address is given in the description, so I can also help you out with any, if you're feeling low or anything. Then apart from that, what you have to do is study tips. I've got a few study tips for you. So in this last 1 week, so basically you have got 6 days. So in the first 5 days, what I feel is you have to focus on previous year papers. So NEET or any national exam in our country bases their questions on previous year papers. So the topics get repeated every time. So if you have or if you have not done, please go through the previous year questions. So what I would suggest is solve 10-year question papers from 2013 to 2022. So on day one, what you can do is in early morning session, sit for 3 hours straight, like you're giving the actual exam. Solve 2022 on day one. Then after that, analyze the paper. जो भी मिस्टेक्स आएंगे वो देखो एंड गो थ्रू दोज टॉपिक्स. सी वेदर द मिस्टेक्स आर कंसेप्चुअल और दोज मिस्टेक्स आर मेमोरी बेस्ड questions or factual questions. So if they're factual questions, you have to memorize them. If they're conceptual questions, then I would say read that concept once. If you not solve a few questions based on that concept, and once that is done, then what you can do is you can also solve the questions जो तुम्हारे तुक्के से सही आए. So those questions also I feel you must revisit, and after doing that, solve this morning session paper. You have to solve with full intensity. Then in the afternoon session, I'd say solve an old paper. Like in the morning you have solved 2022, in the afternoon session solve 2013 का paper, and उसमें इतना intensity के साथ नहीं solve करना है, and analyze it in a similar fashion. And before sleeping, I'd say go through formulae or something for a 30-minute period. And while you're solving these papers, use an OMR sheet, because बहुत लोगों के क्या होता है कि they don't mark the answers correctly. To avoid that mistake, you must be well versed with the OMR sheet. So you have to solve each paper on the OMR sheet. When you get the OMR sheet in your hand, you have to visualize the OMR sheet properly. And also I'd suggest that before you solve any paper, in the 15 minutes prior to beginning your paper, you must carry out some random calculations in your mind. Once you do that, I feel your mind gets activated and it's easier to solve the physics section whenever you do such a thing. And also the last thing is that have a plan in mind whenever you solving the paper, कि पहले bio solve करूँगा या पहले physics solve करूँगा या whatever you have. Keep that plan in mind. You should not be so rigid with that plan कि तुम्हें थोड़ा बहुत flexible होना पड़ेगा according to the questions in the paper, but have a basic plan in mind. So that is what I would suggest for those 5 days. So in 5 days you can solve 10 papers, and then on the day before the exam, I'd suggest just relax and listen to songs or do whatever you enjoy. I think whatever you prepare throughout the year is what you're going to be able to answer in the exams. ज़्यादा pressure नहीं लेना है कि 18 lakh students are sitting for the exam. You are just going to be there with your question paper. You have to give your best with your question paper, and उसका life and death सिनारियो नहीं बनाना है एग्ज़ाम का. इट्स जस्ट एन एग्ज़ाम. यू हैव टू गिव योर बेस्ट. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि एग्ज़ाम में कुछ होगा नहीं होगा उसकी वजह से यू हैव टू टेक एनी ड्रास्टिक मेजर्स. तो जस्ट एन्जॉय द एग्ज़ाम, and On the day of the exam, a few tips is sleep well before the exam. 6 to 7 hours I suggest minimum sleep होना चाहिए. In the week before the exam, diet अपना light रखो, ज़्यादा कुछ heavy मत खाओ, बाहर का मत खाओ. And on the day of the exam, one more thing that I'd suggest is, जब आप एग्जाम सेंटर पे पहुँचोगे तो डोंट टॉक टू रैंडम पीपल बिकॉज दे विल गिव रैंडम एडवाइस एंड देन दैट विल प्ले इन योर माइंड ड्यूरिंग द एग्जाम. यू हैव टू बी विथ योर सेल्फ. थोड़ा ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस करो, थोड़ा जो भी तुम्हें मेमोराइज करना है वो मेमोराइज करो एंड जस्ट गिव योर एग्जाम. एंड आफ्टर दैट जिसके साथ बात करना है, रिलैक्स करना है करो. बट बिफोर द एग्जाम डोंट टॉक टू रैंडम स्ट्रेंजर्स इन द कैंपस. सो या, आई गेस दैट्स इट. All the best for your exam and nothing else. Bye.